and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I'm working on my Dreamer's Design painting. This is licensed artwork. As you can see, I have done a bit. I think the actual kitting up video, it only went up earlier on this week, but I did kit it up. I think I actually kitted it up about a week before. So I have had a bit of time to do a little bit of it in between, but I have concentrated on finishing my 30 by 40s that were kitted up. So last week you saw me working on the plants. I actually ended up finishing that within the next couple of days. I've also been experimenting or trying working with a 3-placer on this painting. I've actually got Abby's diamond putty in this, the lemon sherbet version, and I've just popped a new wax tip in with some of it in the actual tip as well. I'm going to give that a go, but I'm using the blue metal pen. Thought it went quite nice with the tray. We are low of stock on these, but we have got more on their way. Just waiting for them to clear through customs and all that jazz. And I'm going to use our limited tray. I'm going to use the zesty one because I've actually got the big one kit up already for June Waffle, if you saw that video yesterday. And yeah, I got some of this done the other evening. This is where I sort of was sectioned off. No, actually, I think I was a bit further. I think I sectioned myself off about there. So we'll just see how much I do or don't get done on this one while going through the comments. And I've ended up, of course, starting off with a colour that very much matches the tray. But hey ho. But yeah, I've been trying with a multi-placer. I think the last time I tried a multi-placer, it was on squares. I'm not sure which one I prefer, but I know for sure, and this has been established when I was working on primarily this big section here. This is when I decided to whack out the multi-placer. So I've not been doing it on this painting for too long. But what I definitely do realise is that vertical multi-placing is a whole lot easier for me than doing it horizontal. So that's why you see me finding all the gaps in this section that are at least 3 vertical, and I'm ignoring the horizontal because I make a mess of the horizontal, that is for sure. I can pick up just 2 diamonds, so I don't mess about tapping my diamonds down loads, you know, so that they're all lined up in a straight line, which you can do. I don't tend to, because it means then I can pick up ones that have too close together and just work on those. Every now and then I do still keep giving the horizontal a go, but as you can see, I'm a lot worse at that one because I can't see where they're going. So I find that I am spending just as much time messing about with them as if I just singly placed them. But yeah, it's different strokes for different folks, isn't it? And it's what works for you. But if you've tried multi-placers and not got on with them, like me, and have maybe gone back to single placing, which I'm definitely quicker at, that's for sure, you may find that working vertical is a lot easier. And you can single place with a 3-placer as well, but of course a single placer is a lot easier to get them where you want them to go, or at least I find they are, but maybe that's just because I am used to these a lot more. So yeah, this is my new thing to try. I say vertical, I'm all right with. Horizontal, not so much. So I tend to just, I may give some a go, but then I just tend to switch to single placer. And I get it done a lot quicker. But yeah, hope everybody is enjoying the weekend. It's an absolutely glorious weekend here at the moment. It is clear skies, 20 degrees. So I am battling between the desire to give the garden the mini refresh it needs after the rain. And also I was painting fence panels the other week. I moved some stones out the way and I sort of need to move them back and sort of straighten the last bits up because I've definitely left it long enough to dry. Oh, missed one. That's the only thing as well I do find with multi-placers. I'm more likely to miss a colour because I'm looking in effect for groups of 3, and then when I go in filling in the gaps I find I sometimes miss some of the ones that are all over the place. But hey ho, as I say, we will plod on. Okay, letter K. So yeah, I'm flipping up between getting videos done, getting orders from Launchpact, and wanting to just go out and potter in the garden. So I'm trying to do a bit of both today. So yeah, I thought I'd start with the WIP and Waffle. Comments and questions. So Kaz, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she hopes all is well with me and the family, which it is. Thank you very much. She says a hubby and her and a hubby watched the coronation yesterday and thoroughly enjoyed it. They said they are round their mums at the moment. So yeah, it was coronation weekend here last weekend. It is Eurovision this weekend. So I think the final is Saturday, as I'm filming this on the Saturday. I'll probably be packing launch orders tomorrow. But yeah, I think my sister-in-law is having a little get together for Eurovision. So we may be there later, which is, you know, it's a good time to meet up with family and such. I had a diamond that fell off then, so oh, and now I'm messing too much. I'm pulling diamonds off. Oh, I haven't even zoomed you in. How bad am I? It's going to be one of those days today. Can you tell? Let's see if you can watch me badly do multi-placing, but there is quite a few here that I might be able to get away with. Okay, that one's not going to pick up 3, so we'll fill in that gap. I think they just weren't close enough together. Let's do another 2. And then a 3. Oh, I've not put them on right. I managed to get one that was sat on the lines in my tray. See, this is why I don't multi-place, and this is why I normally definitely don't multi-place on a WIP and Waffle, because I am struggling to waffle at the same time as whipping. Plus, I find myself messing and trying to straighten everything up to a way that I like it. And I haven't really tipped enough diamonds in my tray for multi-placing. I find that you need to tip more in. So let me just knock them down so that they line up and see if I can get a few more 3s in before I give up and go back to just doing single. There we go. I've done a bit of practice. I'm just going to go back to the good old faithful single for a bit. But yeah, so we've got busy month of May for us Brits, I think. We've got another bank holiday coming at the end of the month. So we do normally have 2 bank holidays in May. One at the beginning and one at the end. It's the only month we ever have 2. We have plenty of months with none. But we managed to squeeze a 3rd one in this month because of the coronation. We got another bank holiday. So, but of course, launch weekend is not on a bank holiday to give me that extra day. But that's probably poor planning on my part. Okay, Lady Dax, let's go to the actual video because it's not showing me the comment. She said she's glad that I am still enjoying the plant. I really enjoyed the plant, hence it's done. I was just really enjoying doing it. So I was like, I went to fill in the white after doing the last WIP and Waffle, and then decided to just do the white on all the rest of the painting. Every now and then I really get in the mood to just tip a colour into my tray and just paint, just diamond paint them. So I did, and I just did all the white, and then I can't remember if it was the same evening or if it was the next evening, I then decided to fill in all the green, and before you know it, the whole thing was done. So yes, absolutely loved doing it. She said one of the ladies in the group has found the set on Amazon, though it is by a different company, so it doesn't have the ABs in it. She said Jackie has asked her what were the ABs in the set that she had. She said, can you tell me what one is in this one, please? I can. Bear with me because the painting is here. It's lined up to dekit. It was 907. So 907 is the AB in the one that I've just finished. She says she loves hearing all the different words that are used for things. She said they had a cousin over from Australia in 2019 and took her for our local pie and mash. She was horrified at the green gravy liqueur, which is traditionally made with eel stock and parsley. She also says she uses cover paper for the same reason as me. The clear plastic drives her mad, chasing colours all over the canvas. She says, and she has done a few of the Row Diamonds paintings that were crystal and AB paintings. And that's why she said, as much as Dynamic Floral is stunning, she wouldn't want to do it. Yeah, it was a fun painting to do. I've managed to get some putty on the canvas, and it's probably not helping trying to use putty to get putty off. But if I can't get it off, I just want to get it in the middle of the circle so that my next diamond will cover it. I've probably overfilled it a bit too much. Right, do I have any more of this one? Not in this section, I don't. But yeah, that's the reason she wouldn't want to do it. Some of these diamonds in Dreamer's Designs have really thick edges. I've never had a problem before with other round diamonds, but some of these are giving me some right waffles. Jake says, hi Rebecca, up here in Dundee, Scotland, we call sandwiches a piece, And we call a pie a pie. Lovely. That's definitely different. I've not heard of those ones before. Not a pie being called a pie anyway, that's for sure. And yeah, peace. I don't know, sounds like you're carrying a gun, not a sandwich. Though that's probably more an American phrase, calling it a piece, than us Brits do. Jackie says that curry chips is the best. Curry chips is rather nice. Chips and curry sauce. Alaya, she says she can't have her smart light that she has on full with a bright light because she does get a headache. Yeah, I do find if I have my filming lights on for longer, which is a very bright light, if I am stood filming constantly for too long, it can end up getting a bit too much. When I stand back, like it doesn't, like it lights the room, but it's not blinding. But when you're actually working on the desk, my filming lights are rather bright, rather in your face for sure. Okay, I've gone back to single placing because I feel like I've made a fool of myself enough trying to multi-place. Jackie also shared, she says, Laurie, don't forget to let us know what fragrance that you get for your pillowcases. So yes, please let us know, Laurie. She says, like me, Jackie flavours lemon, also vanilla. She said some people do go for rose or lavender, but those two do get up her nose and make her sneeze. Yeah, I like the smell of flowers, but not as I'm going to sleep. Gets a bit too full on for me, that. Crafty JJ Newton, she says she's enjoyed my WIP and Chats. She says thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Thank you for watching and for being here while I waffle my way through the day while working on my Dreamer Designs painting. I am enjoying working on this one. We've got a lot lighter evenings, so the symbols don't cause me a problem if I do them in the daytime. I do have a couple more Dreamers Designs to unbox. They arrived a while ago actually. They were definitely both purchased as the new canvas, and I am tempted, I am eager to see what they're like, but the video won't fit in my schedule. I felt like I dropped a diamond then. Maybe I dropped it back in the tray. Yeah, they won't actually fit in my schedule to do the unboxing until after the June waffle. So I've not done them yet. They're just sat awaiting me to unbox them at some point when I get a spare minute. Oh, I did also do a thing. So we've had a lot of discussion. I can't remember if it's this WIP and Chat or the Heaven and Earth Design WIP and Chat, but there has been a few weeks ago, there was sort of an ongoing discussion in relation to mystery paintings from Diamond Art Club. And I did say that it was something that I wouldn't mind giving a go at some point, but I hadn't yet found one that I was confident enough to get, in the main hope of not being disappointed. However, they did a few days ago release 2 more mystery paintings. One was by Hannah Lynn. Now, I have done a couple of Hannah Lynn. No, I've done one Hannah Lynn and I have another one in my stash. So I did Mother Earth, and I have Alice in my stash. I think they're the ones from memory. And I really enjoyed those. But when I look at Hannah Lynn's work, while it's all gorgeous, it is all people or cartoon character people. And I'm very fussy over those. There is some of her work that I would like to diamond paint, and there is some of it that I wouldn't want to touch. So I didn't get that mystery because there's a chance it would be one that I wouldn't want to do, and I didn't want to take that risk. But they had another one by a new to them, I think, artist. I don't know if it's brand new to them, but the only thing they had on their site by this artist was the mystery painting. And it was an abstract ocean theme. So I did Google the artist, and it did take me to a page full of all sorts of different pieces of her work, which I liked. I do like a bit of abstract. I did search her work for ocean. There was a couple of pieces that came up. One I really loved, a couple of other pieces I liked, but then I stopped looking. So I didn't do an in-depth looking at every single piece that she did, but I did want a rough idea of what her art is like. And yeah, I thought it was likely to be a painting that I would enjoy. So I did kind of get one. I did kind of order a Diamond Art Club mystery painting. So again, that won't be one that I will be able to unbox until after June Waffle. So it will be unboxed in July at some point. It's not arrived yet. It's still on its way. So when it arrives, then it will be a matter of just waiting until I get to unbox it, and it will go into my stash. Whether it will get pushed in front of any others, I'm not sure. I kind of feel like I'm getting myself a mini list of paintings that I want to do, especially large ones, and I kind of feel like my decision wheel's being neglected. But yeah, whether it will end up pushing in so that I can, you know, not get disappointed. There's a Diamond Art Club group for mystery, and I am a member of that. I don't tend to post, I tend to read. But I think there was some people mentioning artwork for some of the new ones, and I was like, I'm not looking. Because they are good. They only put the information in the comments. And if you're on a phone rather than a computer, it doesn't automatically show you the first few comments. So you do tend to get to miss it. So I am avoiding any spoilers. So it may be that I try and get that one done sooner rather than later, so that I don't spoil anything for myself. But we shall see. There will of course be warnings, and I will make sure that before anything is shown, there is the disclaimer that if you continue watching, you may get it spoiled if you've picked it up yourself. But yeah, kind of looking forward. I think mystery will be something nice and different, which is why it may end up pushing in front, purely because it's different. We shall see how I feel. I need to get through this first. Michaela, she says hi. She says she was wondering what she could use so that people can see her diamond painting on TikTok. She says like doing a live. She says she doesn't have a tripod. She said, is there anything else I can use? I know some people have managed to prop up their phone on things. You can quite often get a clip that will hold your phone. So it's something holds your phone one end and has a big clip the other end. You can normally get them on eBay or probably on Amazon. They don't cost a lot at all. UK price wise, you're probably talking £5–10. This is my one symbol. I have to turn my pot round to check. Yeah, they don't cost a lot at all. I think about £5–6, no more than 10. That you can clip onto something and have that to hold your phone. Other than that, it's really hard not knowing your setup or your potential budget. But I know some people have done it with it propped up on books and things like that. So maybe that's something you can mess about with. Though, of course, if you knock that, you're more likely to have problems than if you don't. You know, if you have it secured in some form of actual grip type thing. Mysterious Days, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she decided to listen to this WIP and Waffle. Sorry, I'm getting another colour as well. Before she heads to bed for work. She says she has made progress on Moonlight Bath. She says not much. She probably does have a month or two until it will be done. She says she was bad. I like she's putting commas, bad. She ordered some larger Tic Tac containers for the June waffle. She says they are coming on Friday. She said she also treated herself to some beading stuff to start that hobby again. She needed stress shopping, she said, after a job interview. That's as good an excuse as any. I'll take it. She says, though, she still hasn't got any news on that yet. She said she definitely was glad. She said she was halfway through the video when her cat decided to relieve herself of overeating. So the cat had overeaten, decided to relieve that discomfort on her bed for the second time in 2 days. She said she'd hoped to put off washing her bedding until she saw if she'd gotten her new comforter or not for her birthday. But I'm guessing it took priority. You don't want that smell in your nose. I'd rather have flowers than that smell, that's for sure. She says a new light pad is in her plans once she can afford it. She said, but she may be prioritising grabbing a tray from our shop first. Well, enjoy your tray. It's lighter days, unless you're on the complete opposite side of the world. It is lighter days at the moment, so a light pad. I haven't put this light pad on for a while. So it is actually on a light pad at the moment. It's on my A2 one. I find it really helps. It just increases the surface area of my easel for large paintings. So I like that. But I haven't switched my light pad on for ages because it's not started going dark until half 8, 9 o'clock-ish. Maybe a little bit later since the clocks have changed. Oh, there is more. Yeah, so because it's not really gone darker till later, I find there's that period of time where I can work with just the big light on. The big light overhead before I find I have to put the light pad on. And I put it off on this one because it doesn't do well with a light pad. So yeah, I tend to put it off for a little bit longer. And to be honest, normally by that time, by 9, half 9, I'm ready to stop diamond painting for the evening anyway. So you can get away with a light pad for a little bit longer. Anne-Marie, she says here in Glasgow, she said it's a roll. She said plain and simple. Doesn't matter what's in it, whether it be bacon, sausage, cold cooked meats, or even chips. She says she thinks she might make a roll and chips now. She says, thanks again for another great WIP and Waffle. Glaswegians, keeping it straight and simple. It's a roll. Job's a good one. Amy says she thinks that fabric softener and water will work very much like the iron spray. She said as if she knows if you do the fabric softener and disinfectant and water, it's like a liquid sofa and that spray. So you can spray your sofas and things with watered down fabric softener, disinfectant, and of course water to water it down. Anne-Marie, she said, hi Rebecca, Will and family. She says, while listening to you talk about the Christmas calendar, she said she had a brilliant idea. She said her bank allows her to create different saving pots. So she's created one called AMZ, and she's putting money in there every month so that she can get herself a calendar this year. That's awesome. That is an awesome way of doing it because you don't know as much then. Jackie says she too has several saving accounts for different purposes, and one of them for her is Christmas goodies. This year she is going to use some of it for her AMZ advent calendar. Awesome. Yeah, it's definitely easier if you can pop away money for bits like that. It's not always practical for everybody, but if you can create little savings pots, even if you just make sure that you also have an emergency pot so that you don't lose all your hard-earned treat money that gets put away, and have an emergency pot in case something else crops up, so it doesn't take your treat money away from you. It's definitely worth doing. Jackie also says, she says you might find it easier to kit up the ribbon in 2 halves. She says firstly label and fill your bottles, and then secondly label and fill your trays. Yeah, the video for kitting that up was actually up yesterday, and I did sort of do it in 2 halves-ish. So I have put the labels on my trays. I've put the labels with the symbols on my trays because that's what I'll be using to grab when I'm doing a section. And then I have put just the DMC numbers on the pots. I haven't tipped any diamonds into my trays yet, but that's because I still need this space for filming. And like even now, this painting on its easel wouldn't fit with my tray storage being up there as well. The desk is quite deep, but it's not deep enough to cope with both of them. So at the moment my trays are in their storage but on the floor, and I wouldn't want anything to happen where they go tipping over or belly up or anything like that. Anything that would stop me or that would result in tipped diamonds. So I'm going to put the diamonds in when I get there, when I get up to the points. Right, let me get another colour. Let's see what runs out first, this section or my comments. Eugenia, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she has been working on a Native American diamond painting since sometime last year. She says to be fair, she said she hasn't given it the attention it deserves until recently. She says she's a Native American herself. Okay, sorry, that was me putting my diamond in the wrong flipping place. Okay, let's try that. So she says she's a Native American herself, and this diamond painting was special to her, as she's doing it for her boyfriend. She said, here is the issue with diamond painting. She said the symbols are not very clear. So she has to practically strain her eyes in order to get it done. So she came up with a new solution. She now takes a picture of the section that she's working on so she can zoom in, she said, and that makes it easier for her to see the symbols. And she's been getting up at 6 a.m. every day. She's been doing one section of it every day since the beginning of this month, and she says she's now left with 4 sections, so she will be done by the end of the week. And this comment was left 4 days ago as I'm reading it, so she should be done, which is awesome. She said she has a new diamond painting that she's looking forward to doing for June Waffle. It's another Native American one. She says the collection she's working on is all famous Native American chiefs. And the one she's doing in June, she believes, is Chief Joseph with the guardian wolf, eagle and buffalo. The other one she has is Chief Geronimo. I thought I wasn't going to be able to read that word then. Chief Geronimo with the guardian bald eagle. And she's ordering Chief Sitting Bull. You're going to get right a collection there. Love it. She says she feels like heritage is very important, though she does enjoy doing other diamond painting. She says it is nice to have Native American related diamond paintings for her daughter to see. Yes, I agree. There are some, you know, diamond painting can be inclusive for everybody, and, you know, adding in the heritage just gives it that extra little bit of special. She says last Christmas she did a cartoon Arctic fox. She says foxes are her spirit animal. She said so it was nice to do for Christmas. And she said, sorry for the long comment. You don't need to apologise for the long comment at all. But yeah, I love that you're doing, you know, pictures that have meaning to you and things like that. With fox being your spirit animal, you have an abundance of pictures to choose from. There are so many fox pictures that just, I don't know, there's something I'm drawn to them, though I would never want to meet the animal himself or herself. I am very much drawn to the images of them. Beautiful ones to look at, and there's some gorgeous ones out there for sure. Alice, sorry, it's making me go to the video again. She says, putting aside your heaven and earth design, she says, was Minions your longest WIP? Trying to think. Yeah, I think it was, because the other one that I've done that was big, that was a really big one, was my blossom tree. But that one, I think I finished a lot quicker. I know I did end up taking a break from Minions for a while, which probably didn't help with the production speed. I did take a break from that one for a bit. So yes, probably was Minions. She says not too long ago, she said this company, words, Rebecca, words. She says was talking about all the books everyone was reading, audiobooks they were listening to. She says she was wondering if I was reading / listening to anything at the moment. Yeah, I am currently on a little bit of a Ruth Rendell kick. I get an Audible credit each month. I go through well more than one per month. And every now and then I do decide to sort of buy more credits and therefore get more books, especially if I get stuck into a series. But I love browsing the ones that are free with my Audible, in an attempt to sort of find something new or find a new series. I am rubbish with names, which is why I can't tell you, which is why I can't remember / tell you one of the new series that I've been really enjoying. It's a sheriff that's set in Nevada, I think. There's been a series of that. So there was one, the latest in the series was released this month. So I bought and listened to that already. Like, I think it only took me about 3 days. I think I made sure that I had shop things to prepare, that I didn't, you know, stuff that needed doing and preparing, but I could have my audiobook on in the background just around this new release, because, you know, I needed to listen to it. That might be a bad thing, but, you know, I'm my own boss. I can gear my work around what suits, and if a new audiobook is released, then I will definitely make sure that I am completing tasks that allow me to listen to it while I'm doing it. Yeah, that's been a really good series. But at the moment, Ruth Rendell has quite a few books that are available on Audible, and I really like the twists that you end up with in some of her books. So yeah, I'm just enjoying working through a few. There is a series that she does have on, I'm not sure if it's a detective inspector or somebody in the police force, but they don't have all of them on Audible. That's the problem. Like, you can't get the first section of the series on Audible at all. So I've not dived into that one. I've been listening to quite a few more of her standalone books. But yeah, that's my current go-to. Debbie has asked, there was a lady that said that they got dynamic floral from Amazon. Can they please pop up the link for her? So either in the Facebook group, I'm pretty sure Debbie's in the Facebook group, or her comment was on last week's video. If you could bob the link in there for her, she would be grateful. Crystal, she said, hi Rebecca. She said she just wanted to chime in on the cover paper comments. That's what these WIP Chats are for. Chime away. She says she uses them for the same reason that I do. She says she thinks that we're like that because we are cross-country stitchers for cross stitch. She said a while back she did try to do diagonal cross stitch and the Royal Rose method. She said with parking threads. She said it was okay at first, but then she started getting frustrated because she wanted to wander. That would be me. She said, so now she's back to doing cross country and is very happy. I like the fact that the way we cross stitch has a name. I didn't even realise it had a name. So, you know, I'm not a cross country runner. I'll be a cross country stitcher. She said diamond painting cross country is a nightmare though. Which is true. It is a nightmare. I don't know what makes it so different. Maybe it's the symbols on the canvas, but no, because my Heaven and Earth design would drive me batty if I tried to do cross country with that. But yeah, I agree. Diamond painting cross country is not the same. She says, so the cover paper too helps her from seeing where she can actually wander to. She says, thanks for another great WIP and Waffle. I'm glad I'm not the only one. We are all different, but it is nice to know that I'm not completely different to everybody else. Yvette, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she's loving the WIP and Waffle as usual. Thank you, Yvette. She says, just a quick question. She says, but it may be a little too early. She says, do you have a price in mind yet for the Christmas calendars? She says, with her having to get 2, of course, she says she can't leave Jay out. She says she's just wondering how much to be looking at. She says also her and Jay do exactly the same thing with cover paper for the same reason. She says thanks for all that you do. We've not managed to finalise the price exactly yet. Main reason, we have a few exciting, exclusive to the calendar items. We've had a few that have been made specifically for you know, the calendar, so made directly with suppliers. A couple of those turned up the other day. I think we're waiting on the one main bigger item in it to enable us to make sure we get the correct packaging, to be able to package up each day and package up the contents. So we won't have final pricing until we're able to do that, because then we'll know the final price. I would say as a rough estimate it will be between the £55 and the £70 mark. We try to keep the costs as low as possible. We are now VAT registered as well, which does have an impact on us for some orders. But we will be trying to keep the price as low as possible. And yeah, we have a few, dare I say, I'm very proud of some of the items that are in this year's Advent calendar. But yeah, as soon as we know, we will let you know. We are definitely looking at doing it over a couple of months though. So we are looking at releasing some in September and some more in October. And then, of course, if there's still some left, then staying for longer after that. So we're trying to make sure that people have got the opportunities to, you know, get it over the course of a few months, especially if it does end up being a bit more than last year's. There is a couple more comments, but I will just read the last one because I have finished this section here. I know this is a slightly shorter video than normal, but it is launch weekend, so I do have loads to do this weekend. But Crafty Bike has said, she's come back and said, it's me again. Apparently she has broke her no-buy and bought the pack of 6 diamond paintings, the plant ones, from Amazon. She said she ordered them on Sunday and received them yesterday. Naughty, naughty, Kaz, but I completely see why you did it, because frankly they're amazing to do. So, and I try and set myself at I don't need any more diamond paintings, and I end up ordering a mystery painting. So I'm just as bad as anybody else. But having said that, you guys will be benefiting from it, because come June Waffle, I'm doing quite a few giveaways of the higher value diamond paintings that I have in my stash. I'll be doing some giveaways of single items but higher value items to give you guys a chance to complete my stash for me and help lower my stash down. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you all so much for joining me for this WIP and Waffle. Got loads of videos due up this week. Kitting up, breaking downs, all that sort of jazz. And of course, if you haven't seen it yet, yesterday I did put up the preparation for the June Waffle. So get your paintings prepped, ready to enjoy joining the fun. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.